I will say, though, in terms of the matchup, I don't think this is going to be a night and day knockout for Bunny. I think going up against the Roman Reigns is surely going to give some struggles. Bunny is a very aggressive player, and what's a good way of shutting down aggressive plays? Your wake-ups and your just immediate pivots off of Ryze's hammer is a great way to start. We're already seeing it, Polly.
Yeah, the hammer is working wonders right now for Ryze. Able to hit a stomps here, taking Bunny all the way down into 132 damage here. Let's see if they're able to find this knockout. I mean, we're looking at a Teros here, so these knockouts could be coming quickly. Stomps here, not going to be enough.
I mean, Bunny's barely picked up a weapon thus far. It's only been the gauntlets. Off of the respawn now. It's got to become the axe. Bunny needs to find an appearance in game 1. This is a big game of adaptability, though. Still potentially 4 more after this. Of course, we can't count Bunny out just yet. Neutral Sig does not connect. Ryze does not play for the ledge. Allows Bunny to get back up to face neutral.
And this is it right here. Bunny in a very difficult situation. The one thing that a lot of Rayman players fall on, finding the knockouts. It's gonna be a D-Sig, which is going to be enough as she's finally able to get that. But that's definitely something I'm going to be on the lookout for, Keg, for the duration of the set. How Bunny is gonna be able to find these knockouts on Rayman. It's one of the larger struggles of the Legend.
But we talked about how strong Ryze can be on this Roman Reign, right? Like, it takes 5 hits maybe to end the stock on just about any other Legend in the game. The amount of 4s that Bunny's signatures has on Rayman is improbable. We saw how dominant that first stock was. 55 damage was the difference maker once Bunny was able to take down Ryze's first stock. Now, of course, things are changing up a little bit more. Bunny does have those gauntlets. Back on the ledge again. Ryze does not connect this air. This gives a moment for Bunny to breathe and set up for a nair, possibly for a down air follow-up, but unfortunately she's not able to find it.
Almost able to even out the damage thus far as Ryze is falling a little bit behind, but we're seeing Ryze now getting some more space with this hammer. The side signature is going to be enough to get the knockout. Probably, yeah, sticking to the axe here to try and get a little bit of a damage lead here, as Bunny is going to have to play quite carefully here to not allow Ryze to get a lead. Oh, the side sig comes out.
Even up that first stock though, Polly, very, very quickly. It's just a matter of Ryze playing it safe. Rack up that damage as much as possible before Bunny has a chance to get a great signature off stage and take down Ryze.
Bunny might be finished here if she's not able to find a knockout. I'm looking for the recovery. The side light's not going to find any follow-up. Ryze barely any options. Goes for the recovery. Bunny catches it. But with that bounce off of the wall, she wasn't able to get any follow-up. That looked so weird. Sarah comes out, throws her off stage, and could that be it? That's the knockout.
That has to be it. Oh, what a solid game 1 coming out from Ryze. All that 2v2 ability. You know what's interesting? Before I finish that sentence, Polly, we are seeing a lot of that 2v2 centric spacing coming out from Ryze, which I think is interesting. Not a lot of offstage play, not a lot of risks being made outside of neutral itself. It's showing that there's like an invisible teammate that Ryze has that he's respecting while facing Bunny.
Yeah, the invisible teammate is like textbook Teros gameplay, bro. I mean, he's just chilling. He's doing what he needs to do on the Teros, and he's doing it really well. Bunny is hopefully going to be able to adapt a little bit here. We saw in the second stock that she was able to retaliate. Ryze, though, able to regain his composure on that hammer, started playing incredibly well yet again. Is Bunny on these gauntlets, man? I'm telling you, it's these gauntlets that are really working wonders for Bunny.
Absolutely. That was the difference maker. Allowed Ryze to lose that only stock last game. The axe, though, going for the 1v1, catching the landing off of Ryze is a very good start.
Nice neutral lights, able to catch the landing. Goes for the GC neutral lights.
Oh, Bunny.
Weapon throw up, D-Sig. Maybe trying to bait a little bit with that movement. Swapping over to the gauntlets, trying to bait out with some weapon throws as well. Ryze is able to pick up the hammer. GCB light nair comes out from Bunny. The ground pound won't connect. Ryze makes it back to the stage. The Sarah won't connect. The recovery won't hit. And we're still off stage. Bunny with a GC side light back to the stage. Very nice option to be able to grab that knockout. Ryze having no options there is going to get knocked out by the recovery.
That's the adaptability we wanted to see in game 1 from Bunny, and here it is, game 2, having that lead. Of course, again, Roman Reigns, all it takes is a hit and a half to even things up. Just a matter of connecting those hits. Bunny ensuring now that that's not going to be a possibility without a fight. Great string leading off from a nair early on. Ryze creating some distance, finds the dare into a weapon throw follow-up. Unfortunately, though, Bunny's not able to connect back onto the stage. Ryze is only down by 87 damage.
Yeah, we're seeing Ryze. Struggling a little bit with being a bit predictable with his escape options. I feel like, oh, what a nice offstage play. Only 28 damage to her name, and she's able to take out Ryze 2 stocks to 1. But I also was mentioning, I feel like Ryze is struggling a little bit with his defensive options. It's not like he's constantly mashing dodge in, but ever so slightly he makes these small mess ups, which I guess Bunny you just can't do because Bunny's gonna catch those.
Yeah, and Bunny's movement's also unpredictable too. Like you're used to very aggressive gauntlet players, but I think Bunny takes it to a whole different level. The big surprise here is that Bunny still,
insane.
yeah, absolutely, hasn't been willing to play as much offstage. Of course, as I say that, that's the Bunny special. Ryze says, GG, go next. There's no way. And a 1-to-1 set to start things off for our block poly. We could not ask for a better game.
Dude, I'm gonna have to see that on the replay. Going for a GC neutralite there is such a it's such a creative option. It feels like Bunny is just playing so freely. Do you understand what I mean when I say that? They're not bound by their muscle memory a lot.
Yeah, definitely a really I don't know if the word's proactive or reactive, but definitely a very responsive style play style coming out from Bunny to ensure that
Let me see this.
in this frame,
dare.
What is the best movement I have? Great spot dodge.
I feel like that's probably it. I feel like GC neutralize probably one of the best options that you could go for there, and Bunny able to find it. Very impressive play indeed. We're 1-1 on the board though. Don't count Ryze out just yet. His first game was amazing. Let's see if he's able to tap into some of that energy again.
Saw kind of a nasty combo leading off into a ground pound early.
Oh, wow.
Haven't seen that from an Axe player yet. Great damage early on from Bunny. Ryze with the ledge guard capabilities. It's the weapon throw for Bunny to create some space. Back in neutral again. Wow. Bunny's been so dominant in these micro hits off of GC, usually end lights. Again!
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Ryze has not seen this.
This is a really dangerous situation for Ryze because before Bunny was dominating off stage, but you were dominating on stage. You were dominating the neutral. Right now, you're not dominating anything. Bunny is pretty much looking better across the spectrum. Ryze is gonna have to step up his game and see what he can do to adapt against these neutralites, against Bunny's pressure. He needs to lock in here.
First star has to be to catch out Bunny on those GCN lights.
Okay, Bunny's just disrespecting the neutral now. Bunny just mashing on this unarmed, not even going for the weapon pickup. Just wants to get some additional damage here. Try and see if he can get she can get into Ryze's head.
Uh-oh. No gauntlet. Getting the axe instead. She finds the immediate follow-up into a neutral sig. That's another stock gone. Bunny, 2-stock lead, 170 damage on this first stock though. All it takes is one, even a side air off of that hammer. Should be enough for Ryze to at least get something going.
What are those? What are those strings? D-Signature is gonna get the stock though. 2 stocks to 1. Ryze with 51 damage here. I mean, at this point, you might already be thinking about game number 4 if you're Ryze.
Yeah, I mean, there just hasn't been an entry point for Ryze just yet. Fishing for those dares has been a good start. Bunny likes to respond off of the GCN lights again. D-Light instead keeps Ryze into the air.
This is great.
Let's guard.
Great from Ryze.
Bro.
Recognizing that Bunny is low-key disrespecting in the neutral, so trying to check her for some of those dares. Did he touch? He did, but it doesn't matter. Gets the GC sidelight all the way back either way, and that is Bunny taking the 3rd game here with style, might I add. What happened in the 2nd game? I feel like I feel like the only thing that changed is like Bunny is disrespecting him more now. It's like Bunny just gained this aura shield. I don't get it.
Yeah, Bunny's just completely adapted around. Maybe was a little cold coming into game 1. Looks so much better coming into things. But we do see a minor swap. We move away from Fortress of Lions. Ryze is no longer on the Roman Reigns. Instead, it's going to be the Mordex instead, which, Polly, I know you love.
Dude, this color is growing on me. This color is growing on me. But either way, let's stick to the game here. Going on to Miami Dome. Mordex swap from Ryze, and this is a 100% swap. I mean, this is nothing like the Teros pick. I have no idea what to expect here. I don't think I've seen this pick from Ryze before. We'll see. One thing's for certain, I feel like immediately Bunny is respecting Ryze a little bit more in the neutral here. We're not really seeing those pop-offs and those just crazy options here.
It's gonna be the shutdown with the scythe. have a little bit more offstage capabilities to catch Bunny off guard, reset that positioning, maybe even having more wake-up potential with the side lights.
Alright, let's see. Want to pick up that axe. Going to be sticking to it too. Trying to catch a landing, and I feel like these platforms are working wonders for Ryze as well. Bunny is so incredibly good at catching landings with not only Neutralite, but GC Neutralite on that axe. And Ryze, having platforms to work with, might be able to bait some of those out from Bunny, which could give him an opportunity to go for punishes, which he very desperately needs.
And that was something that we saw Ryze lack in the last 2 games. Options. But now having those extra 2 platforms, the double recoveries out. It's a lead, but not by big. Not by big at all for Ryze. 186 damage.
Bunny on the respawn, picking up that axe quickly. Tries to go for a cross-up with the Nair. Ryze not going for that movement though. Ground pound is going to find the knockout. Nice option used. Sticking to the gauntlets here, it seems. Allowing Ryze to take the stage. Able to take it back though. Not able to weapon guard.
Oh!
Oh! Oh, that could have been massive.
Large ground pounds. Ryze biding his time around Bunny. Bunny's looking to find any opportunities to catch landing against Ryze. Unfortunately, she's not able to be nearly as consistent as she was back on Lions. Ryze, like you mentioned, Polly, so much slower than before. There it is. Side follow-ups now. Attempts to find the ground pound to send Bunny flying. Unfortunately, does not connect. Bunny. Knocking away. Weapon throw. Found. Ryze. Lands. Enough? No. Bunny. Fishing for nairs.
Dude, I feel like it's easily the platforms. Like if Bunny is not able to get control of the ground and able to catch landings, if Ryze has that platforms to rely on, he is just playing completely differently. He's playing so much better. Also, this Mordex pick working incredibly for him. This is a very, very nice adaptation that we're seeing from Ryze. Is Bunny able to adapt in time here, or are we going to see a game 5? Finally able to find a little bit of a string here. Taking Ryze down to 132, 167 damage with the Seer. That's going to be the knockout too. And Bunny is still looking to potentially close this out to 3-1. She has the weapon advantage. It's going to be the axe. Recovery to get some damage in. But Ryze gets the
very well. He Ryze's final stock of elimination in the summer 1v1s. As long as he plays his cards right over Bunny, dare to find things early on. It's the ledge. Bunny's biding her time. Looking for the reversal, maybe even for the GCN light. Unfortunately, though, has not found a whole lot of success with it on Miami. Ryze again. You highlighted it perfectly, Polly. The platforms have worked unbelievably well. Dodging and dancing around it. Bunny fishing for nairs, just cannot find a startup. The D-Light doesn't connect. Ryze continues to loop through the air, and yet still finding these opportunities to catch out the end light of his own. Bunny doesn't have a response. Her damage is being chipped away. And yet here we are yet again. Ryze attempts to be a little bit more aggressive. Finds the follow-ups. Gauntlets now. No scythe. Bunny is biding her time. Looking against the inevitability, or so it seems. Recovery number 1 in the air. Finds the D-Light. Down air follow-up. Another recovery's out. Bunny sifting through the air. It's down to this. Ryze needs to find a response. 172 damage up against Bunny. It's either this or elimination now for Ryze. Has to find the closer. It's Miami. It's Mordex. It's all new. Bunny was forced to adapt. This is his time to shine. Bring things to game 5. There it is. Recovery. We go to game 5, Polly.
We're going to game 5. Ryze is still in the game, as we mentioned prior, with some nice adaptations here, swapping over to the Mordex. It's going to be enough to take down Bunny, but I feel like we were really seeing Bunny play better towards the end of that game, and I feel like Bunny was able to retaliate in terms of the gameplay as well. Now, what I do need to mention too is, like, we were seeing Ryze able to bait out a lot of attacks and able to get a lot of opportunities to punish Bunny. Towards the very last part of the game, I felt like Ryze wasn't finding a lot of those baits or a lot of those punishes. So, like, what do you gain by being very good at baiting if you're not equally good at finding the punishes? And potentially, I feel like we were seeing Ryze be a little bit afraid there.
I gotta say, Polly, I think you were completely right about the whole platforms working well for Ryze. Bunny bans out almost every stage with platforms, attempting to minimize what Ryze can do with them. We end up on Western Air Temple, obviously the only stage left. There wasn't a
Great
whole lot of
start.
options. It is a great start.
How did Bunny already do 105 damage? I feel like barely anything happened. Just a couple
I
of
don't
hits.
know.
136. Bunny's not getting hit. Bunny's not getting hit, gang. Ryze can't find a hit. That's the stock. That's the stock. Only getting hit like one time. That's massive. That's such a massive lead in the 5th game.
So other than Bunny's adaptation, Polly, I feel like Western Air Temple isn't really that different from Miami, other than the platforms move a little bit.
I mean, it's super similar. Yeah, you're right on the money. Nair comes out. Oh, able to interrupt that there with a Nair, though. Ryze sparing the recovery for the very last there. Bunny able to read that, or able to punish it accordingly at least. Sticking to the gauntlets now. Doesn't want to commit to something on the offstage. I mean, Ryze, he has the sight in his hands. You already know Ryze is going to have the opportunity to go for a reversal with those Nairs. But Bunny wants to be a little bit careful here. Swapping over to maybe the axe. No, sticking to the gauntlets. There's the axe. Neutralize. Let's see what Ryze is able to do.
Bunny was not willing to play offstage versus the Teros pick game 1. It was pretty similar when it came to Miami too. I want to see if Bunny is going to be more willing, but again, you're facing up against a slide charge side sig instead. Maybe you don't need to.
What's happening? Only 72 damage taken. Like, what is happening? This is not the same player as from the game before. Okay.
I'm going to be honest with you, Polly. I didn't realize Ryze lost his second stock. I thought it was still 3-2.
Nah, dude. Bunny
Where
is
did it
popping
go?
off right now. Oh, Sweat Beats came out. Nair tries to go for the style. Tries to get some style points. He caught it with that Nair. Dare.
No!
Oh, but he gets the touch.
What is this? Wild. Wild behavior from Bunny. Completely locked in. Dominating the mainframe. Ryze struggling to find a response. The Mordex pick looked great. And now, this is a night and day difference.
Oh.
Bunny only needs one game to adapt around. That breathing room in the stage select might be all you need. Bunny makes a miraculous recovery. Down air's applied. A 3-stock coming out against Ryze. Wow. What a way for Bunny to continue on in the lower bracket of Summer 1v1s. She is looking fantastic.
I can't believe it. I can't believe that's how we finish things off. Like, you look at that game, there's no way you would think this went to a game 5, dude. This was this was like a 3-0 in pools. I mean, no disrespect, Ryze.
I mean, it's one of those games